Hello students, a very warm welcome to all of you. My name is Meeta Verma, Assistant Teacher in Government College, Agra. Students, when you go outside with your parents for lunch, then after the lunch, your parents give you some choices that you should take ice cream or cold drink or cake. Then you have to choose one thing among these choices. Just like this, in your life, when you are going to choose some subject, then you have choices about your career. We have many choices in our life, and you have to decide what do you become in your life. You want to become a doctor, a teacher, an engineer, or a scientist, or any judicial officer. So it depends on your choice. In many phases of our life, we have to choose one option. So just like this, we are going to study the poem of class 9, subject English, poetry, lesson 1, The Road Not Taken, which is written by Robert Frost. And in this poem, the poet also described about the many options which he had faced in his life. Before starting the poem, I would like to introduce the poet of this poem. Now, the poem, The Road Not Taken, is written by Robert Lee Frost. He was born in 1874 in San Francisco, USA, and died in 1963 in Boston, USA. Robert Lee Frost was an American poet. His work was initially published in England before it was published in America. One of the most popular and respected American poets of the 20th century. So Robert Frost is one of the most respected American poet. Now let's talk about the poem. The poem is relevant to our life. The poet says that he was faced with the option of two paths in the woods. This is similar to the career options we have in life and choose one out of them. So here in this poem, the poet described about the two paths which he has faced in his life, and it is also related to our career. When we are in different phase of our life, then we have to choose one choice among so many alternatives. Now students, let's read the first stanza of this poem. Two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveller. Long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Here the meaning of diverge is separated and took a different direction. Yellow wood means a forest with decomposing leaves. Undergrowth means dense growth of plants, and bushes means the forest. Now let's see the explanation of this stanza. Once the poet was walking down a road, and then there was a diversion. There were two different paths, and he had to choose one out of them. The poet says that as he was one person, he could travel on one road only. He had to choose one out of these two roads. Yellowwood means a forest with leaves which are wearing out and they have turned yellow in color. The season of autumn. It represents a world which is full of people, where people have been living for many years. They represent people who are older than the poet. The poet kept standing there and looked at the path very carefully, as far as he could see it. Before taking the path, he wanted to know how it was. Was it suitable for him or no? It happens in our life also. When we have choices, we have alternatives, but we have to choose only one out of them. We take time to think, and we also know about the consequences about a decision, whether it is suitable for us or not. And only then we take a decision on what path we should choose. Now students, let's discuss the question answer from this stanza. Question 1 is, where does the poet find himself? Answer is, the poet finds himself standing on a fork in the park. Second question is, what do you mean by yellow wood? Answer is, yellow wood refers to the forest which has withering leaves as in the season of autumn. Question 3 is, what does it mean it was grassy and wanted wear? Answer is, it means that the path has a lot of grass on it. This means that it had not been walked over by many people. Now let's see the second stanza of this poem. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. Here, the meaning of fair is as good as the other one. The meaning of claim is better option. Grassy means unused and wanted wear means had not been used. The poet kept on looking at the path for a long time to check if it is the right path for him or not, and then he decided and started walking on another path because he felt that the both paths were equally good. He says just as fair, so he felt that both paths were equally good and started walking on one of them. He adds that maybe he felt that the path was better for him. It had grassy on it, which means that it was unused. Not many people had walked on it, and wanted wear means that it was not walked over by many people. After he walked over the path for some distance, he realized that both the paths had been worn out. Both the paths were similar and worn out. Even in our life, we take any path or option, but all of them have the same benefits, disadvantages, problems, challenges, and we must face them. We think that we are choosing a better option, but it is not that way. Let's discuss the question answer from the stanza. Question 1 is there any difference between the two roads as the poet describes them? Answer is, the two paths were similar in the beginning, but when he walked on it for some distance, he realized that it was like the other road. Second question is, what do you mean by the passing there? Answer is, it means that when he walked over the path that he had chosen. Now let's see the third stanza of this poem. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no steps had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Here the meaning of trodden means walked over. Here the poet says that both the paths were similar that morning, and both had leaves on them, and no one had stepped on them as they were still green in color. He decided that day he would take one path and keep the another path for another day, although he knew that one way leads on to another way. He knew that he could not go back on the choice that he had made. Similarly, even in our life, once we choose an option, we must keep on moving ahead with that option, and we never get a chance to come back and take the other option that we had left earlier. Let's see the question answer from this stanza. Question 1 is, what does it mean, leaves no step had trodden black? Is the meaning of this trodden black? Answer is, it means that no one had walked over the leaves as they were still green. Question 2 is, what do you mean by how way leads onto way? Answer is, it means that as we walk on a path, we come across more options and make choices further. We keep on walking ahead on that way. Now let's see the fourth stanza of this poem. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Now here the meaning of sigh is deep breath. Meaning of hence is in the future. He says that in the future he will take a deep breath and say that once upon a time he had reached such a point in life that there were two options for him, and he travelled on the road which had been travelled upon by a lesser number of people. That decision of his decided his future. Similarly, in future when you grow up, then you will say that once upon a time when you were young, you had two options. The choice that you made you what you become of it. This is a very strong message for all the students that you should be wise and careful while making choices out of the options that you have in your life, because your future depends on the choice that you make today. Let's discuss the question answer from this stanza. Question 1. Does the poet seem to be happy with his choice? Answer is, the poet does not seem to be happy with his choice. Question 2 is, what will the poet be telling with a sigh? Answer is, the poet will be telling with a sigh about the option he had chosen many years ago. Next question is, what has made all the difference in his life? Answer is, the choice of the road that was less travelled by made all the difference in his life. Now let's sum up the poem. What we have studied in this poem, let's discuss. The Road Not Taken, which is written by Robert Frost, and this poem is based on these 3 points. First is common experience. This poem is based on our life common experience. In every phase of our life, we have to choose one choice in many alternatives, and here the poet talks about a common experience of his life that he has to choose one path between the two, and this poem is autobiographical poem because in this poem the poet has described about his life that he had to choose one path in his life, and this is also related to the career of the poet in this poem, and this is metaphorical poem. The meaning of metaphorical is comparison, where the poet compared between the two paths and he has to choose one path for his journey, where he told about the difference between the path. First is less traveled by the travelers, and second part which not traveled by any traveler. So he chose the path which is not traveled by any passerby. So this metaphorical poem where he used the comparison. In this poem, Road Not Taken. Now let's see what is the theme of this poem, The Road Not Taken. The Road Not Taken is more than a poem about someone trying to decide which road he is going to take a stroll through the woods. It is the poem about the journey of life. So this poem is related to the
journey of every person's life.
That what way we have to choose in our life. The two roads are diverged in a yellow wood forest symbolizing a person's life. So where we have two roads in our life which is related to yellow wood, it is related to a person's life. The narrator's choice about which road to take represents the different decisions we sometimes must make and how those decisions will affect the future. And we have to choose one way and this decision will affect our future also. Think of the expression down the road that we often use to describe something that might happen months or even years from now. And you will see how Frost is making the connection between life and traveling. So in this poem, the poet Frost is making the connection between the life of a person and with the traveling. So here we have the connection of our life with traveling for future. Frost captures the uncertainty about making decisions, and he also emphasized the uncertainty related to our decision for the future. Now student, this is the time of recapitulation.
First we talk about
the poet of this poem, then the poem, and then we read all the stanza with the discussion of question answer. This is the time of recapitulation. Now complete these lines. I am giving you these lines and you should complete these lines with the help of the poem. Now, then took the other. This is incomplete line and you should complete it with the help of poem. And having perhaps, because it is also incomplete, though as for had warned them. These 5 lines are incomplete and you should try to complete these lines with the help of poem. These are the answer of your practice session. Complete these lines. First line is, then took the other just as fair. So this line is completing by these words, just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim. So these words are completing this line. Because it was grassy and wanted wear. So grassy and wanted wear, these words are also completing this line. Though as for that the passing there. So these words are completing this line and warn them really about the same. And this line is also completing by using these words. So children, now I am going to read this poem in front of you. Then after I will play a video related to the pronunciation of this poem. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim,
because it was grassy and
wanted wear. Though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Now I am going to play a video in front of you related to the pronunciation of this poem and listen to it carefully.
Not taken, written by Robert Frost. Two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to bear it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was crossy and wanted bare. The whispered that the passing there had warned them really about the same, and both that morning equally in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I get the first for another day, yet knowing how bay leads on to bay, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
Now students, I hope you enjoyed this poem. Now I am giving you homework, and your homework is write down any 8 lines of this poem and learn them. Make a list of the words which are rhyming in the poem. Now I will give you examples how to make the list of rhyming words. Now students, I will tell you how to find out the rhyming words. Two roads diverge in a yellow wood. In this line, this last word wood. And sorry, I could not travel both. This both and wood sound is not rhyming. So, and the one traveler, long I stood. Stood, this word wood and stood. So these words are rhyming words. And looked down, one as far as I could. So this word could, also rhyming word with stood. So stood and could. These two words are rhyming. So we can write down would, stood, these are rhyming words. Stood, could, these are also rhyming with each other. To where, it band in the undergrowth. This word both and undergrowth, these are rhyming. So we can write down both and undergrowth are rhyming words because these two words are having same sound. We can write down where and there, these are rhyming words. And claim is rhyming with this word same. So we can write down claim and same, these are rhyming words. Lay and day, these two last words are rhyming with each other because they are also having same sound. So lay and day. Then black and back. Black and back, these sounds are same. That's why black and back we can write down as a rhyming words. Way, day and way, these are rhyming with each other. So day and way we can write down, these words are rhyming word. Sigh, this word is rhyming with this word I. Sigh and I. So same sounds are producing. That's why sigh and I, these are rhyming words, and I also rhyme with by. So we can also write down I and by as a rhyming word. Hence and difference, these are also having same sound. So hence and difference, we can write down hence and difference as a rhyming words. So like this we can find out the rhyming words from this poem. Students, I hope you like this chapter, this poem, Road Not Taken. And now in the next poem, poem 2, Wind, which is written by Subramaniam Bharti and it is translated by A.K. Ramanujan. In this poem, the poet described about the wind, and the strong wind always affect the weaker person. Weaker people, if we are strong, then we will not affect by any strong wind. So we should be strong physically, mentally and morally also. So we can face the every difficulty of our life. That's why in this poem, when
the poet describes about
personal life, that if a person is strong physically, mentally and emotionally, then he can face each and every situation of the life. So
he will not be affected by the
strong wind. So you will read this poem, this beautiful poem in your next class. Thank you.